Hello and welcome to the channel. So today we are at Hot Sam's Photo Park in Lakeville, Minnesota, and we're going to be doing a photography challenge, one that I just like to do periodically. It just kind of helps to just sort of keep things fresh and helps me look beyond just the simple photos of a subject, called the 24 photo challenge. And the way this works is you pick a subject, and this kind of goes back to film days. So with the subject, you limit yourself to taking, well, not really limit, but you have to take at least 24 shots, 24 different shots of that subject. And so the first 5 or 6 tend to come pretty easy. My experience is the next 10 to 15 or so take a little bit of work. And then all of a sudden things just start flowing and you find all kinds of really interesting compositions in that. So we're going to do that today. And for a camera, I'm going to be using a Nikon Z7 II, and I'm just going to be using what a lot of people would consider to be a kit lens. So the 24-200 give me a lot of range. Are there better lenses in the Nikon lineup? Well, certainly there are, but you don't need to have a super expensive lens in order to do this. In fact, for a lot of photography, you really don't need to have a super expensive lens to do a lot of it. Certainly, it can make some things easier, but for this type of photography, really, the quality of the lenses today is just so good, and the cameras are so good. Really should be able to do that with just about anything. So here is our subject. This is the old taxi, and as I mentioned, I really do like this particular vehicle. I have been here several times and have photographed this, and I just find it really interesting. So it's got a lot of character to it, and it's partially in the shade, which I think will help because it is kind of a bright day. And let's just see what we can do with this. So I found this old meter inside. I think that would make a very nice subject. And so going and capturing that 1/60th of a second at f6. Let's see what we can do with the door and what we can pull out of that. So another thing that I was noticing this when I was shooting inside is that there is some kind of interesting stuff going on with the windshield. I don't know if it's a little bit of mold or if it's just this coloration, but there's definitely some fun things I could do with that. And I like the shift knob that's inside. It's got a little crack in it. And so I think what I want to do with this is I want to try to do something through the windshield, dealing with all of the reflection and everything else. I'm not too worried. I could put a polarizer on and get rid of that, but I think that kind of adds to the shot. I'm going to go to 1/1/60th of a second at f11 and just see what we end up with for this. Kind of like this. So a couple of just sort of close-up shots coming in. And so we'll do this one first. And another one is a little bit of a challenge because of the chrome, but I do really like this actually. I like the way it's framing up. I'm going to keep settings of 1/60th of a second, f11, and keeping my ISO at 640. That will allow me to have that little bit extra depth of field. And maybe let's take a quick look at that just to see what that actually looks like, and that does look pretty good. So there you have it. So that is the 24 photo challenge. Single subject, walking around getting as many different shots as you can with this old taxi. And here are the photos that were a result of it. Not every photo is going to be a great photo. That's really not the point. The point is really to get yourself looking and thinking. Of course, you do come up with some that you do end up really liking as a result. And a lot of times these are shots that maybe you wouldn't have taken otherwise. Those will show up here in the slideshow. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like. If you'd like to be notified about more videos coming out, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks. Bye.